Hi, I'm Angela and I've been a fan of YouTube for a really long time, but I never thought I would make a video myself because I'm really shy and awkward. But over the past few years I've become really passionate about makeup, and I wanted to start off with an everyday minimal makeup tutorial. I think it's important to first be comfortable in your own skin though, and not rely on makeup to make you feel good about yourself or confident or powerful, even though it can do those things. For me it's been a struggle, and I'm still dealing with acne and bags under my eyes. Like, I don't know, this camera is very forgiving, but actually what's been helping with my acne a lot is the Spin for Perfect Skin. So I bought this, it was $30, and I've been using it for about a week now, and it's really been working for me. My skin feels a lot smoother and it's easier to apply makeup with. After cleansing, I like to prime my face. Right now I'm using the MAC Lightful Marine Bright Formula Essence Serum. And I like to take 2 squirts of that on my fingers and drop stuff. And starting from the center of the face, smooth that out. After priming my face, I like to conceal. Usually I just use this one from Maybelline, but I also use this one, MAC, the Prolongwear Concealer. So since I have so many spots, I usually just squirt some onto a beauty blender and blend it around my face. But if you have less acne or less problem spots, I would just dab it on those places. And I usually don't use much foundation after this, but if you would rather use a small amount of concealer or more foundation, but I like a fuller coverage with less product, so I usually for a minimal look like this one, I'll only be using concealer. For foundation, I like to use Loreal TruMatch or Maybelline Fit Me from the drugstore, or MAC Studio Sculpt and Dior Air Flash. To set the concealer and foundation, I like to use either NYX HD Studio, which is a translucent powder if you don't want any more coverage, or CoverGirl True Blend. I'll be using this one. So while you can use a brush for this, I like to press it into the skin more so the concealer and foundation don't move, and then brush it away later, even though this is still a minimal makeup look. Okay, so after you let that sit for a while, because this is something that you would let cook if you had more product on, then you can brush it away with a big fluffy brush like this. Because you don't want any extra powder on there to make you look cakey. Next, I'm going to be using bronzer to even out my skin tone more. I'm using Hooa by Benefit, which is a nice medium shade, not too orange and not too cool tone. And I like to use this brush, and I am going to apply this how I would contour, because I don't like when bronzer goes too low. I like to do it just from the tops of the cheeks down to about the center of your eye, and then brush up. And then I also like to do, I like to smush it a little bit and carve off here. If you want a more feminine look, you could swoop down closer up, but I like to kind of sharpen off my jawbone here. And then also from the temples going up, oh, I don't like to get it below here because that would be highlighted if I was highlighting. And then just around to dome your head off. And I don't like to go too far down. You want it to be a pretty harsh line here. If anything, you can take some lighter powder and put it under here to exaggerate the shape of your face more. So next I use a smaller brush that's similar to the shape of this brush, smaller. And I take the same bronzer and, well, it's great. And I use under my lip, around my chin, Cupid's bow, just quickly contouring, just with powder. And I don't, when you contour here, don't go too far down. You want to bring it really close. And then into your eyebrows. And then I also use this as really my only eyeshadow. Because I feel like it matches the face more, and for a minimal everyday look you don't need I don't know, anything too fancy. I also like to take that under the eye. Now I'm going to highlight with Physicians Formula Translucent Pearl, and I have this brush. I just think it's so pretty. It's like rose gold. Anyways, so I take this, and I would use a fan brush if it wasn't a pressed powder, if it was a loose powder, but I like to use this thicker brush with pressed powders. And just starting from up here, go down and end right there. Whenever doing anything like any powder around the cheek, always start from here and go down, because if you start here, especially with blush, which I'm not going to be using, it can leave a circle mark and then drag up, where here you have more control. And then I use the tip of it for my chin, Cupid's bow, tip of the nose, arch, and again this flat part for here. Again, the tip for just under here, and then the corner of the eye. For this natural look, all I'm going to be doing is combing through my eyebrows, kind of setting them, as well as my eyelashes. You could curl them if you want to, but I'm fine with just doing this to get the powder out mostly. And I'll use this clear gel, almost said gloss, clear gel, I got it from Elle, $2. To brush all of them up, they look ridiculous, and then comb them down so you have a harsh line here, and then same thing on the other side. Next I'm going to do lips, or last actually, and I like to use some type of lip balm. I'm using the EOS to moisturize the lips so they aren't chapped throughout the day. And when wearing a makeup look all day, I don't like to touch up wearing, you know, lip gloss or lipstick that can rub off on things, especially when you eat. So usually I use liquid lipsticks, especially Jeffree Star's, because they don't move. But today, since it's a more natural look, I am just going to be using a lip liner to define the lips. Or if you do want to use lipstick, I would suggest Buttercup. I think I kept calling it Buttercream. Buttercup by Gerard Cosmetics. It's this beautiful, see, it's like almost the same color as my lips, right? And then they also have this, the lip gloss is called Buttercream, okay? And it has this little, very dirty mirror here. It's a light. So, and this is very pigmented. You could wear this by itself. I'm going to be using this lip liner. I'm going to be filling in my whole lips with this color. If you want, you could also use a more nude color. I like this because it's slightly pinker than my lips, but it still looks pretty natural. And to finish this look, I like to use the NYX Dewy Finish because I like to be pretty matte by putting that powder on because I get really oily throughout the day. So this just livens you up a bit. So for an everyday look, this is what I would do, especially for back to school. However, you could also add mascara if you felt more comfortable with that, or eyeliner. I always do my makeup with my hair up. I don't know. They're just like a small